into an AI tool, got an answer back, and thought, that's fine, but not really what I needed, this video is for you. Because the gap between a mediocre AI output and a genuinely useful one isn't the tool, it isn't even the topic, it's the prompt. Specifically, how the prompt is written. In this video, we're going to look at exactly what separates a prompt that gets you a vague summary from the one that gets you real analysis. And we're going to make that difference visible, because once you see it side by side, you can't unsee it. Most of us have been using search engines for over 20 years, and we got very good at it. Short query, scan results, move on. 3 words and Google knows what you want. That habit is so ingrained that it follows us into every new tool we use, including AI. People open a research tool, type a short question the way they type a search query, and expect the same magic to happen. But here is the thing. A search engine is looking for existing content that matches your words. An AI research tool is generating a response based on what you gave it. And if what you gave it was 3 words and no context, that's exactly the quality of thinking it has to work with. This is the reframe that changes everything. Think about what a brief actually is. It's a document that gives someone everything they need to do great work. The task, the context, the constraints, and what the finished output should look like. When you write a prompt, you're writing a brief for a very capable analyst who will do exactly what you describe. No more, no less. If your brief is vague, the work will be vague. If your brief is specific, structured, and clear, the work will be genuinely useful. Every strong prompt has 4 things. The task, which is what you actually want done. Not just a topic, but a specific action like analyze, compare, find, write, not just tell me about. Second, the context, which is the situation the AI needs to understand to do it well, such as your project, your goal, and why this matters right now. Third, the constraints, which are what to include, what to exclude, what to focus on, time periods, minimum thresholds, specific filters. These are what turn a broad output into a targeted one. And lastly, the format, which is what the output should look like when it comes back. Is it a table, a ranked list, a short paragraph, or a report formatted for a client? If you don't specify this, you'll get whatever the AI defaults to, which is usually a wall of text, and then you have to reformat it yourself. These are 4 things to start with, and that's it. When all 4 are in a prompt, it's almost always good. When one is missing, you can usually feel it in the output. Now, let me show you what this looks like with a real example. Someone wants to run a competitive analysis on their project, and their prompt looks somewhat like this. There is a task, barely, but no context. Which competitors? No constraints. What specifically to cover? No format. What should come back? So the AI has to guess all 3. And it will, because it will guess broadly, because that's the safe move when it has nothing to go on. Now, look at what happens when all 4 parts are in the prompt. Notice, every element is there. The task, competitive analysis, the context, the 3 specific projects, the constraints, 5 specific things to cover, a 30-day window, the format, a ranked comparison table per metric. There is no guessing required. The AI knows exactly what good output looks like before it writes a word, and the output it produces reflects that entirely. Here is something that takes people a while to accept, because it feels counterintuitive at first. Spending real time on a prompt, not 2 minutes, but 20, sometimes longer, for complex research tasks is not a waste of time. It's the highest return investment you can make before the AI starts working. Think about what the alternative actually costs. A vague prompt produces a vague output. You read it, it's not quite right, you ask again, Still not quite right. You rephrase, you try a different angle. 20 minutes later, you have something close to what you wanted, or you give up. That cycle, the frustration loop, is what a properly written prompt eliminates entirely. One strong prompt, written with care, can compress what would otherwise be hours of manual research into a few minutes of output. That arometric changes once you feel it, and you will feel it the first time you write a prompt that actually lands. Here is one more, because seeing it twice makes the pattern stick. This one is actually better than most people manage. It has a task, some context, and a time frame, but it's still missing constraints. And what quality thresholds matter? What should the output actually show for each KOL? And the format, what comes back as a result? Now, look at the same task, but a completely different brief. The second version tells the AI exactly what to look for, how to structure what it finds, and what the strategic implication should be at the end. It doesn't just get your data, it gets your decision. Before you send any prompt, ask yourself this one question. Read it back and imagine handing it to a smart, capable analyst on the first day. Would they know exactly what to produce? Or would they come back and ask you to clarify? If they need to ask, your prompt needs more. If they know exactly what to do, you're ready to send it. That's the test. It takes 5 seconds and it will improve every prompt you write from this point onward. Remember this, your prompt is the brief. Give it a task, give it context, give it constraints, tell it the format, and invest real time in the work that matters, because the return on a well-written prompt is not subtle. Here is a task before you watch our next video. Think of something you actually need to research or analyze right now. A competitor, a narrative, a KOL list, anything you think of. Write the prompt the way you normally would. Then, rewrite it using the 4 parts: task, context, constraints, and format. Send both versions to any AI tool you use and compare what comes back. You don't need to tell us the results, but we're confident you'll feel the difference yourself. In the next video, we will go beyond the single prompt, because the real power of AI research isn't in one great question, it's in what happens in the conversation after you send it.